Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. It is the secret ingredient behind every great achievement, and without it, dreams remain wishes. The voice that says, "I'm going to win," is not just an affirmation. It's a declaration of a lifestyle built on self-control, consistency, and persistence. Winning isn't about luck. Winning isn't about circumstances. Winning is about daily choices. Discipline is doing what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. It's keeping promises to yourself. It's saying, "I will win," and then proving it through your actions every single day. Let's break this down into 10 principles of self-discipline that will ensure you win in life. Everything begins with belief. The first step in discipline is declaring victory before it happens. When you wake up each morning and tell yourself, "I'm going to win," you train your mind to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. The mind is the command center of your actions. If you allow it to dwell on excuses, laziness follows. If you feed it visions of victory, discipline becomes easier. Self-discipline is about controlling thoughts before they control you. A strong mind resists temptation and distraction. And distraction, that's why affirmations, visualization, and goal setting matter. They remind you of where you're headed. Champions don't wait to feel motivated. They discipline their minds to see themselves winning long before the scoreboard confirms it. Train your mind daily. Guard what you feed it. Books, conversations, social media. Replace negativity with focus. Winning is first a mental rehearsal, then a physical reality. Discipline yourself to think like a winner, and your actions will naturally follow. Discipline is not built in one giant leap. It's formed through consistent small actions. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. Don't wait for massive breakthroughs. Celebrate daily wins. Did you wake up when the alarm rang instead of hitting snooze? That's a win. Did you stick to your workout, your budget, or your study time? That's a win. The accumulation of small wins builds momentum. Just as drops of water carve valleys over time, small acts of discipline shape your destiny. Big victories are the result of hundreds of small, unseen acts of self-control. Remind yourself, winning isn't about one day of greatness. It's about stringing together consistent days of discipline until greatness becomes inevitable. Your life changes not by rare bursts of effort, but by steady, repeated commitment. Discipline means acting according to principles, not feelings. Feelings are fleeting. One day you feel motivated, the next you don't. If your actions depend on your emotions, you'll be inconsistent. Winners have trained themselves to master their emotions rather than being mastered by them. This doesn't mean ignoring emotions. It means managing them. Anger, fear, laziness, and self-doubt are all powerful feelings, but discipline reminds you, I choose my actions, not my feelings. The person who learns to keep promises to themselves, regardless of mood, becomes unstoppable. Think about it. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth because it's a habit. Discipline is about building habits so strong they no longer depend on emotion. When you master your emotions, life stops being unpredictable. You become the driver instead of the passenger. Discipline is easier when you design an environment that supports it. Too often, people rely solely on willpower, but willpower is limited. If you keep junk food in the house, sooner or later you'll eat it. If distractions are on your desk, eventually they'll steal your time. The disciplined person understands the power of environment. They remove temptations, create structure, and set up triggers for success. Want to read more? Place books where you can see them. Want to exercise? Lay out your clothes the night before. Want to save money? Automate savings so discipline happens without daily decisions. Victory is not just about strength. It's about strategy. Don't fight battles you can avoid. Discipline is not about making life harder. It's about making winning easier by designing conditions where success becomes natural. Every time you say you'll do something and don't follow through, you weaken your self-trust. Discipline is the art of keeping promises to yourself. When you do what you said you would do, you build confidence, credibility, and inner strength. People often ask, how can I be more confident? The answer, keep promises to yourself. Confidence isn't built on empty words, it's built on consistent action. When you know you can rely on yourself, you stop seeking external validation. Start small. If you promise to wake up at 6, wake up. If you promise to work for 1 hour, do it. Each kept promise strengthens your inner character. Over time, you become a person who not only says, I'm going to win, but also proves it. Winners don't rely on motivation, they rely on structure. Routine is discipline in action. It removes decision fatigue and ensures progress even on low energy days. When you create a routine, you no longer have to negotiate with yourself. Your actions become automatic. Think of great athletes. They don't wake up wondering whether they'll train. Training is part of their day. Writers don't wait for inspiration, they sit down and write. Discipline thrives in routine because repetition turns effort into habit. Ask yourself, does my current routine reflect my goals? If not, redesign it. Build rituals that align with your future self. Morning routines, work habits, exercise schedules, study blocks. These are the building blocks of greatness. Once routine takes over, winning becomes natural. Winning always comes at a cost. Discipline means giving up something today to gain something greater tomorrow. Comfort and victory rarely coexist. If you want the prize, you must be willing to sacrifice distractions, laziness, and even temporary pleasures. Too many people want success without sacrifice. They want the reward without the work, the glory without the grind. But discipline teaches that every sacrifice is an investment. When you say no to short-term comfort, you're saying yes to long-term growth. Sacrifice might mean late nights of study, early mornings of training, or hours of practice when no one is watching. It might mean cutting off unhealthy friendships or limiting entertainment. But remember, the pain of discipline is always lighter than the pain of regret. Choose wisely. Discipline is not about occasional bursts of effort. It's about steady, consistent progress. Too often, people start strong and fade quickly. They run fast for a week, then quit. True winners understand that slow and steady always outlast fast and fragile. Consistency compounds. A small effort repeated daily produces extraordinary results. 10 minutes of reading each day adds up to entire libraries over years. 30 minutes of exercise daily transforms health over time. The disciplined person focuses not on doing it all today, but on doing something every day. The world doesn't reward the person who starts. It rewards the one who stays consistent. If you want to win, make discipline sustainable. Don't chase quick results. Build habits that last. Remember, intensity excites people, but consistency builds legacies. At its core, discipline is about respect. Respect for your time, your potential, and your future. When you choose discipline, you are telling yourself, I am worthy of success. I am capable of more. I will not waste my life. Lack of discipline, on the other hand, is often a form of self-sabotage. It's choosing short-term ease over long-term dignity. Winners understand that every disciplined act is an act of self-respect. You work hard not just for others to see, but because you value yourself enough to give your best effort. Ask yourself, do my actions show respect for my dreams? Do I treat my goals as sacred or optional? Discipline is the highest form of self-love. It proves you care enough to demand the best from yourself. Discipline is not a one-time decision. It is a daily declaration. Every morning you must rise and say, I'm going to win. Not I hope, not I'll try, but I will. This declaration sets the tone for the day and reminds you that your choices create your future. Winning is not a distant event. It is the sum of today's disciplines. When you repeat this declaration and back it with consistent action, your life transforms. Challenges will come, but your disciplined spirit will overcome them. Remember, the difference between winners and losers is not talent, it's discipline. Winners stay the course, keep the faith, and hold the line when others give up. If you choose discipline, you've already chosen victory.